Do you ever hear? You mentioned alt-right.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard them say hate black people, and blame black people for their problems?
Well, their whole purpose right now is their fear of not preserving their race, or so to speak, or their power, or whatever they have a problem with. So that says enough right there.
And why are they concerned about that?
You have to ask them. I don't know.
Do you know that white people are under attack by blacks and Hispanics and others?
No.
Yeah. They remember when they had the knockout game where blacks were going around knocking white people out, robbing them, laughing about it.
Was it just white people, though?
Yeah, most of the part white people. Now, there may be some
that was
other,
a definitely wrong game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and agree with that, but
Right.
I don't feel like they're under attack. I just walked in here and there was like a bunch of white people, no bodyguards. I didn't attack anybody, and I don't think they were afraid.
But overall, white people are under attack. The white man has been accused of everything that's wrong with everybody else.
Do you think that the white man has done everything right for the country, not just for themselves?
White Americans have done right in that they created the greatest country on this side of heaven. You would agree to that, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Go America. I'm an American.
Right. And so you do agree that white people founded and created the greatest country on this side of heaven, right?
Well, they didn't build this country, so they can't take all the credit.
They did build it. Who built it?
No, my ancestors and yours too, believe it or not.
But they didn't just build it by themselves. They got paid to build it. And then white folks helped them along the way.
How you get paid to build as a slave? Not indentured servants, slaves.
But there were slave owners who paid some of them paid too.
Yeah, but that was rare and far in between. The average life of a slave, they weren't getting paid and going to cash their checks every 2 weeks.
But do you think the black slave owners paid their slaves that was here in this country?
I don't know what they did, but they shouldn't have had slaves at all.
But let's go back to, we do agree that it's because of the white man that we have the greatest country in the world, right?
It's because of a multiplicity of people and races that we have the greatest country. You cannot give that to one person.
Do you agree that it was the white man who founded the country?
No, because there were like whole families and stuff living here before white people even got here. So if anything, if we really want to get down to the nitty gritty, let's thank the Native Americans for everything that they did.
They didn't do anything. They were sitting around smoking peyote, and they weren't building anything.
They were minding their business, living a happy life.
No, living out in the land, but it wasn't even America at the time. It was just open land. And the white
But they didn't ask for that. If that's what they wanted, if that's what made them happy, what's wrong with that?
Are you grateful that white Americans built the great country on this side of heaven?
They didn't build it.
Amazing. Are you happy that they founded the greatest country on this side of heaven?
Sometimes.
But not all the time?
No, sometimes I feel a certain type of way because of how I'm treated in this country.
And how you're treated by white people?
Well, now, even Hispanics in LA, but yeah.
Who treats you worse, Hispanics or white people?
White people.
How do they treat you?
Oh, it's just the condescending talk. I'm not saying all, just my interactions that I've had. The condescending talk, I mean, literally before we moved, we had a drunk driver, a white drunk driver hit the car, hit us from behind. So by default, you're wrong. You're drunk and you hit someone. We're in a white area. 2 white cops were there. He's in the back of the police car. I'm with my little brother. He's calling us all types of N-words. The cops are laughing. And then when they write out the report, they write it like it's our fault. So we couldn't even get anything from insurance. This was a drunk man that hit us from behind. Like,
were you guys acting out or something? Because blacks tend to carry on when they stop.
Absolutely not. I stood there because, for one, it was dark. We already know this area that we were in is Colonial Heights. You know how the police officers there, and like I said, I had my little brother with me. I'm not gonna do anything to put my little brother in harm's way. But we stood there, and my brother was in disbelief. He had never been in a situation like that before.
But that's not all white people. It's not even majority.
I'm not speaking about all. I said from my experiences. You said who's treated me worse. Yeah. I've had more negative encounters with white people than Hispanics.
Do white people have a right to organize and protect themselves and fight for their rights as well?
What rights are different than ours? Aren't we all Americans and have the same rights?
Just as black people are doing it, Black Lives Matter, others are fighting for blacks' rights, right?
Well, do you see like white people being killed by black cops all the time and then black cops just getting on like paid vacation?
Well, I don't see as many being killed by black cops, but according to all of the stats, blacks are killing whites and robbing and raping them more so than whites are doing it to black in a large number. So they have to protect themselves from the blacks. But should white people be organizing, since they're so under attack by the people of color, should they organize to protect themselves?
If you have someone of any race attacking you or your family, you have the right to protect yourself. I will leave it at that. But do you need to go to the store and say, you know what? These daggone black people, they're Black Lives Matter, they're gonna be here and I'm gonna show them. No, nobody's coming to bother you just because someone's walking around in a circle saying Black Lives Matter. Sticks and stones may break bones, words don't hurt. What are you doing all that for? If you have to get a gun because you're afraid of what someone's talking about, you are weak.
But they do have a right to organize and protect themselves.
Yeah, it's an
as all
American
the
right
other
to
people
organize.
do.
That's a right.
And that's not racist, right?
Organizing? No, that's not racist. If anything, depending on what their cause is, it might be prejudice. They may say things that are stereotypical, but not racist. Racism is a system.
I've noticed that blacks hate whites more than whites hate blacks. Why is that?
I think that just might be the people that you've encountered.
No, I see it and hear it all the time, everywhere.
I meet a lot of black people and they don't say that they hate white people. Like,
Do you love white people?
do Black Lives Matter?
Do you love white people?
I love all people.
Do you love white people?
I love all people.
Do you love white people?
I love all people.
How about white people?
I love all people.
But I'm only asking about whites.
Do I love them?
Do you love white people?
Are they included with all?
No, I'm just only asking about white people. Do you love white people?
Do Black Lives Matter?
That's not what I'm asking.
I want to know.
No,
because
answer that
what
first
I'm
for
saying
me.
is no different from all lives matter.
No. I'm asking you, do you love white people?
I love all people. And
Well,
if you want to put them in all, then yeah.
I'm not asking about all. Do you love white people?
I love all people.